I'm Miles Martin from Nenana, Alaska, and this is a adventure story about going out for firewood and putting the snow machine through the ice. Well, I'm out on my winter trail. This machine can be pretty loud. I can hardly see through the windshield most times. It's all frosted up. This is only less than a mile from my cabin, my normal wood cutting trail. I've been going out here for 20 years now. The temperature is a normal 15 degrees below zero. This should be just a routine trip. I'm looking over the swamps up ahead of me. I'm looking at the trees that I want to cut down for wood, trying to decide where I want to get wood this year. I've got this smaller dead stuff right here that I can cut right nearby, but I'm looking for something a little bit bigger, which is across the swamp a little bit. This stuff's a little bit too green, so I don't want it, so I'm looking around, looking back and forth. This stuff here up ahead looks like the big stuff that I want. I had just crossed this swamp yesterday, and it's early in the season, October. I really shouldn't be out and about here, but I did cross it just yesterday, and it snowed, and I assumed I could continue crossing. So I dropped through the ice, and I'm really surprised, but the snow must have insulated the ice, and the water underneath was warmer than the air and actually melted the ice. And sometimes that happens in the spring, but I just didn't think that was going to happen. This is a new machine to me that I'm not used to, and that had some effect on the decision I made. I could have done this maybe with my smaller, lighter snow machine. So you can watch the video and follow along and kind of see what's happening, but I didn't have my camera with me initially, and what happened was I got off and I'm about chest deep in the water, and the more I move, the more the machine is sinking down in the icky, slushy bog, and I realized I had to walk away from the snow machine or it would totally sink and the engine would go underwater. That would be pretty much a disaster. So I had to walk 2 miles home soaking wet. You can see here when I came back, I had to bring some long poles with me to stick underneath the snow machine so that I could freeze and not fall through anymore. And I used a handyman jack, but the jack wouldn't stay on top of the ice. I built a tripod and used a come along to help crank up the snow machine so that I could get logs underneath it. And then I had to leave and let everything freeze up again before I could come back, and so it would be safe for me to walk on it. I didn't think to have the camera with me while I was working, pulling it out. I was too focused on trying to get the dang machine home, but anyway, I have to cover it with blankets and try and put a source of heat underneath it to melt all the ice. The engine, the transmission is all frozen, and I'm trying to seal up the blankets here so I can put a propane heater underneath it to thaw everything out. You could see I'm using my four-wheeler to try and push it, and I've got my sled there. It's a little bit funny. I tell people you need two snow machines up in Alaska. One to fetch the other one when it breaks down or goes through the ice or has problems. So anyway, you'll see here's my little Tundra that always starts, doesn't weigh much. I probably should have used it. I have a website, which is my landing page. That is a link to everything about me, my knives, my art, my books. And this is where you will find links to videos and my blogs and everything about me. This is the QR code. If you have a phone and you want to scan it, it'll go right to my site.